Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another edition of the Anything Wrestling Podcast. Thank you once again for joining us today. Finally, once again, we got a triple threat going. It is the Sean to Dan the Man.
Whoa. Who said finally? We had one going last week.
We did?
Yeah. He was here last week.
Am I so easily forgotten, Sean?
Wow.
Sorry, it's
Either way, ladies and gentlemen, my name is the Commish. Not only am I the advocate of the podcast, but I am also the leading sayer of sponsorship, and I totally botched that.
That reminds me of Teddy Long, of the longest reigning weekly longest television show.
That's different because I actually knew what I was saying, unlike him going in a circle twice. But anyways, yes, thank you for joining us on the Anything Wrestling Podcast. Today's episode is brought to you in part by water from Kirkland.
Again?
Kirkland water.
It's very refreshing. It's very
Watery.
yeah. I'm sure they can hear the whisper, by the way.
Watery.
The Careless Whispers?
No, I don't think they would give us the rights to that song unless we only played less than 30 seconds.
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean, if only we could get that. Oh!
I had to bring it up.
And that's what we do before we get started.
Well, if you want to catch something on the WWE Network that's not so pure and not so much of someone whispering, you can catch the WWE 24 on the Raccoon, only on the WWE Network for a non-negotiable but very reasonable price of only $9.99.
Questioning $9.99?
It's not $10.
Not $1,000.
Not $1,000,000.
But
$9.99.
Bitch.
Well, speaking of not whispering, you know who's not on Super Showdown? Nia Jax. Because she's broken. I mean, that's the big reason. But she's also loud. And so it worked for my segue.
Well, she ain't like most girls. Wow, the silence.
Also, this episode...
This introduction was...
It's amazing. I like it. This episode is also brought to you by the up-and-coming and working Anything Wrestling Podcast One Instagram page. I got a lot going on in my life, okay? Cut me a break.
Who doesn't?
Word.
Life.
Word life.
This is basic thugonomics.
Word life.
This is basic thugonomics.
Word life.
I'm untouchable, but I'm forcing you to feel me. So let's get into this.
Why are we here, guys? Why are we here?
Dan,
Why are we here?
because Kevin Owens doesn't want to go over there. We are here to preview WWE Super Showdown 2019 match breakdown, guy. Let's not waste any time. Let's get into it.
Is that you this time? Because I haven't pulled up the matches.
You can,
We can do the odd even thing.
Alright, I found it. We're good.
who on odds, who on evens?
I don't care.
Well, Raccoon's not on it, so we don't got to worry about it.
Oh, dear God.
I'll take odds.
Bottom up?
Yeah.
Okay.
What are the odds?
Alright, so starting... I mean, are we on the same wavelength?
No, don't.
So, number 9, Lars Sullivan, The Freak, versus Lucha House Party,
Lucha.
featuring Kalisto, Grand Metalik, and Lindsay Dorado.
Yes.
Is that how they
Lindsay Dorado,
is that
yes.
how they say it? Okay.
Yes.
In a 3-on-1 handicap match.
I like the accent.
The handicap match, yeah.
Un handicap.
Yeah.
So Lars is clearly going over in this match.
Oh, definitely.
How long has their feud been going on? For like a month now?
Something stupid
Not
like
broadcast on TV, but...
Well, I think it's one of those things where he's still suffering from the consequences of those social media posts that he put up. Yeah, I'm thinking like a 3-minute squash match. Lars goes over.
I don't even. Well, I mean, I guess you've got enough.
Did someone
people.
just no?
I guess you've got enough people where you can fill out 3 minutes with this. This is a squash, but I'd be surprised if it even goes to 3.
Well, honestly, considering the main event that's coming up, I don't think this is going to be one of the longer ones where we go.
Well,
5.5
let's just
hours.
consider one thing. Either way, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because it's 9 matches on the card. Granted, I'm sure this will be maybe 3, maybe 5 minutes.
If there's a god in this world.
Maybe it's a pre-show. God, please, no pre-shows.
I don't
fucking in
think there
pay-per-view.
is.
I mean, there's no point in having a.
Pre-show ever again? Because I remember
that's-
free-for-alls used to be 30 minutes, and that was amazing.
Not so much what I was getting at, but I was going to say I don't think there's any point in trying to make Lucha House Party look strong here. So they might as well just bury them in this match.
3-on-1.
Yeah, but you're trying to build up the Freak, who I hate. His jaw unhinges like a snake. It freaks me out.
It's creepy.
He's a weird looking.
Have you ever seen his jaw?
No.
He's a weird looking dude, man.
Pay attention when he's screaming
Yeah.
or when he's just like.
Like, have you ever seen the ghost face mask from Scream?
Yes.
That's his face.
Right.
Ghostface.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
But
Lars is a creepy looking dude. He's gonna win though.
I mean, is this considered a pay-per-view we want to take score of?
We could.
What, like our predictions?
Yeah.
Predictions.
Sure. Yeah. Let's go for
Alright,
it.
Sure,
Let's
fuck
tally
it.
it up.
Let me create one for the Super Showdown. Yeah.
Yeah.
German now?
Sure.
So we're all saying Lars.
Yes. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to speak for
No,
everybody, but I think the answer is yes.
That's a given at this point because honestly,
Hey, some people have faith in Lucha House Party.
Nah, man, I'm all in on Lince Dorado. He's picking up the win in this one.
I'm double or nothing on Grand Metalik, so
hey, if I have to go all out on Kalisto, I will.
hey.
There it is, by the way. All AEW pay-per-views.
So what you're
mentioned.
saying is they're gonna fight for the fallen.
Yes, and it's gonna be such a fighter fest.
I guess we're all out.
Oh, Jesus.
You're welcome. That was 30 seconds of great advertising. Not really.
Carlos, Cody.
Dustin Rhodes, you better watch your ass. Anyways,
We're flexible.
I don't know why this match is happening, but it is for the Universal Championship. Now I know why I got the evens. You set me up, you son of a bitch.
Oh, I didn't even know.
The current reigning, defending, undisputed, and hopefully healed by Friday Universal Champion, Sako Rollins, Jan, Seth, burn it down, Rollins, versus some asshole named Baron Corbin.
Wow. I don't get why he
The
hates
baloney wolf.
As a start,
Well, to spice things up now,
that's Vince's boy, by the
To
way.
spice things up, just like baloney.
Friday.
What a Friday?
Friday.
Like fried egg?
Friday.
What?
What are you doing?
Friday.
Again,
I don't know.
Friday.
I think we've lost all control of the episode
I
today.
think he's lost it. What about
Did
Friday?
you guys not watch Raw?
Nah, and I didn't get to watch all of it.
Okay, so during previously, right, what's going on right over here?
Yeah.
Seth is being wheeled into the ambulance. Paul Heyman goes, "Cash it in now, cash it in now." And Brock goes,
Oh.
bad.
"Oh, so you guys?"
You're just yelling Friday at us. It's a very, very specific reference,
Well,
and
I
we're
thought
not
you would've
talking about
got it.
Brock.
Not 12 hours removed.
Here's the reason why I
Just for
thought
the record,
Friday.
anybody dating Becky Lynch would heal up by Friday. Continue.
Here's the.
I was like, was Baron yelling Friday at Seth?
Or-
No, it was the other guy.
Or is like something amazing going on Friday, like a flash sale, or
Yeah.
or just wondering.
Well, hey,
Tickets
you know,
still on sale for Super Showdown. Get them now. I
Black
don't know
Friday,
if that-
do
I
all
don't
your
know
great
if that's
shopping.
no, please no.
Triggers.
Okay, so the
Well,
guy
I mean,
yelled
that's
at
what I
him
was gonna say is that Brock is teasing that he's cashing in.
on Friday.
So
On Friday,
I don't know. They're hitting this real hard.
just give him a year. Just let him cash in.
no. Let's do it and get it out of the way.
Yeah, but the problem is if we do it and get it out of the way, is he gonna have a title reign for several months now, or are we gonna see him drop the belt again and then it's all for naught? I'm more in the commission's camp on this one. I think hold off a little longer, save it for a bigger match than Super Showdown. But you know what? I mean, if you do it at Super Showdown, have Brock lose, because I don't fucking want that guy touching that belt again.
Yeah, one reason why I think Raw's ratings are dropping is because WWE goes, Brock is cashing in tonight, and they have the announcers go off about it for 10, 15, 20 times throughout the broadcast.
Also, some rumor from an apparent former employee of the WWE saying that Brock Lesnar is always in his ear, and Vince apparently only listens to him. Like, God knows why.
Well, he is the beast.
In the bank.
Yep.
Money in the Beast. So yeah, it's like you wonder. It's like, okay, you told us he's cashing in. Now we have to wait until Super Showdown. And who's to say that when we get to Super Showdown, they're gonna go, no, not yet. Walk out.
Do you think instead of just taking him to a local hospital, they just fly him on a plane with medical treatment?
Probably. Anyway, if Brock winds up cashing in after the match, who do we think is winning? Seth.
I think Seth wins this match regardless, and I hope that Brock either doesn't get to cash in or that he cashes in and Seth still finds a way to win, because go to hell, Brock.
Wow.
I was thinking it would be funny if he cashes in and Seth just does a low blow and then that's a disqualification and that's it.
Has there ever really been a rule about what you can do when you cash in? Like, is it considered like a no-holds-bar match?
No.
Or an official match?
Really.
I don't know.
Well,
Haven't we had contract signings before for the Money in the Bank cash in? I feel like
No.
we've done that before.
I've never seen one.
I've never seen
I've only seen people run in with a ref, tell them to start the match.
Well, we've had at least 2 instances where they cashed in ahead of time, where they said, "I'm gonna fight you on this day," and I feel like they did some sort of contract signing for one of those, and I can't remember which one. I could be high. I don't know.
I didn't know you smoked.
420. All right. So moving on
with Seth. Yes.
All right. So next, and this is actually why you accidentally got saddled with that other one, is because I wanted to be the one to announce this one. The other World Championship match: the man, the myth, the legend, Kofi Kingston, versus the other man, the myth, the legend, Dolph Ziggler. So, Kofi versus Dolph for the WWE Championship match, and spoiler alert, it seems that they're also advertising Kofi versus Kevin versus Dolph for other things after this. So,
well, that gives it away.
So, with Kofi having the top billing. So, I don't want to, throw a wrench into this, but who do we actually think was going to win this match anyway?
Kofi.
I thought it was going to be Kofi.
I will say this, though. Dolph's build-up has actually been pretty cool.
Yeah, his initial promo, have we only seen him for 1 week?
Two.
Maybe
The
3.
the initial promo, or the really impassioned promo.
Yeah,
that
what
was
was up
2
with
weeks
his
ago.
voice?
I don't know, he kept cracking his voice, but
I think he was trying to make it seem like he was very emotional about it, like angry, crying.
Yeah.
But at the same
It
time,
was somewhere in the middle.
he was cracking up in my head. Like, you want to laugh because I feel like even you.
I think he was
promo.
trying to emote crying, and God bless Dolph Ziggler. I don't know how good of an actor he really is, so I don't know that he could really pull it off.
I don't even know how good of a comedian he is. 'Cause
I wanted to see his show when they were
So do
here,
I.
but yeah, I think he was
Kofi,
trying.
yeah.
I think he was trying to emote tearfulness, and I don't think it played. I think it just prayed. I don't think it played as tearful. I think it just played it as his voice cracking.
like he was going through puberty.
Yeah, and so the emotional
Nothing wrong with that.
going through puberty. So
That's such a late age.
Hey, it happens at different times.
So that's why he doesn't have any hair on his chest.
Oh, that explains it.
Okay.
I think that the intense bits were fine. when he dabbled into the it should have been me. He lost me a little bit, but I've always liked Dolph. You've always liked Dolph. I imagine you have some affection for Dolph because he's a good performer.
And the beatings have been really good too.
Kofi's played very well into the whole raking of the eyes, even though it looks almost like Dolph really like. Just,
yeah, for a second it looks like he's trying to.
So honestly, I think this is honestly the match I'm most interested in seeing how it plays out on the show.
Interesting.
Most interested in seeing how it plays out because like the mythos of Goldberg versus the Undertaker is interesting. I just don't. I don't want to set an expectation in my brain that it's going to be good and then have it not be good. Because we know what happened the last time the Undertaker was in Saudi Arabia.
Was that really all his fault?
No, but
I'm gonna go with one person tearing their pectoral muscle. I'm gonna go with a guy who can't keep his wig on, right? And I'm gonna go with a guy who didn't even have a wig anymore.
He flipped it. He lost his wig.
Now, when you say flip, he actually landed on his head on that moonsault. So
yeah. So
it was everybody's fault.
Yeah. But, so Kofi should win this one, but I'm excited at the prospect of Dolph being in the title picture for a few more months, and I wouldn't mind Dolph being the one to ultimately take the belt off of Kofi once we get to that point.
Now, let's just say for a hot second, Dolph wins. What do you think?
Well deserved?
Well, deserved, yes.
I think it's a weird place to do it.
Thank you.
But
that might be.
Right place? No.
No.
Right time, wrong place.
Right person, right time, wrong place.
Yeah.
But so who are we going for?
Kofi.
So it's a unanimous. We all like coffee. So we move on to the next match, which is Roman Reigns versus the greatest in the country that he won that championship because he's not the greatest in the world.
Wow.
CM Punk. Sheamus McManus.
Shane O'Mac.
In a one-on-one match, just continuing their weird rivalry with, I'm pretty sure, Drew McIntyre, Elias, and whoever else he has in his pocket are going to be right there to, like, watch him.
Revival.
Oh, yeah, apparently the Revival now, since they've been off air for, like, how many weeks now?
Well, I mean, they were on Raw last night.
No, I know, that's what I mean. Like, I haven't seen the Revival since a while.
So I think Roman wins after Jon Moxley makes the save.
Roman.
I think Roman wins.
I mean, is there any speculation really, like...
Well, like, I'm playing the match out in my head, and, like, initially I was going to just take the long shot and say, I think Shane's going to sneak away with the win. But with him being the heel right now, and these being, like, fantasy-booked shows for the Saudi Arabian Prince, I feel like Roman's got to win unless he doesn't like Roman.
Yeah.
But nothing indicates that unless he really likes Shane McMahon. Like, that's kind of the...
Well, he did win World Cup, so...
That's true. But I think weren't they kind of planting the seed the whole time during that tournament before we even got to Saudi Arabia?
That whole thing was such a cluster.
Clusterfuck in its stream.
So Roman?
Roman.
Alright.
Empire moves on.
Here is probably my second...
So far, we're all on the same page, right?
You really had to sneak that in there.
I'm serious.
Yes. We've been a unison across the board.
Thank you.
But this one might change that, because this one could go either way. This is another match I am interested in seeing the result of.
I'm interested because of the fact that this belt has finally made its way around to being actually be put on the line.
And that, we're talking about Finn Balor versus Andrade.
What?
There we go, it clicked.
Andrade. I'm not allowed to say that.
You got to cleanse that, dude. You got something going.
Andrade.
So we've got Finn versus Andrade for the Intercontinental Championship.
Does he bring... Oh, wait. Is the annoying one allowed to be in his corner?
No, I highly doubt it.
I imagine if Alistair's not going, she's not going.
Probably not.
I was gonna try to do one of her accents, but I can't tell if she's from Brooklyn, or if she's from Mexico.
I'm walking here.
I know that you're walking there.
Can you
trying to figure out what
continue
you're
the rest
doing.
of the episode with that?
Probably won't be very good, but I'll give it a shot. I'll
If
give it a
you-
go.
If you at one point fall, you have to go back to speaking English. American.
Okay.
So anyway, we've got Finn versus Andrade for the Intercontinental Championship, and I'm inclined to say Finn is going to walk away with the win, but I wouldn't be surprised if Andrade picks it up here.
That's like a young Finn Balor talking right there.
If you could cut a promo in that accent, would you?
I mean, maybe. It's a good voice.
That's convincing, actually.
Would you like to see a title change at this point?
Honestly, these pay-per-views are kind of like the Insurrection Rebellions of 2019, where you really don't see a title change. I think we've only seen one so far, and that was like a tag team championship change. So
I think if you're going with one, though, it's got to be
he
this
broke.
one. I broke. Well, now I did.
Now you did.
I went British on that one.
Yeah, but you can't go back now.
Anyway, so I feel like if
Much
you're gonna
like Raccoon.
feel like if you're gonna see a title change hands here, it's gonna be this one.
I would actually like to see this one change, just because it's like no offense to Finn, but maybe little boy Blue there with the help of his woman is finally gonna get the title he deserves, according to her.
I personally love Andrade, but
Dump the blonde. What?
but I'm going with Finn on this one. Again, I'm going off their track record of actually how many titles changes hands.
Who's your?
I'm gonna mix it up this time, and since I already lost the voice, I'm gonna say he's gonna lose the title. I'm gonna go with Andrade on this one.
Wow.
So,
I'm actually
are
not
you-
on the same page with you. I'm actually looking for a title change. Andrade it is. I think they're going to break the mold. I think this will be the one match to do it in.
And I think that's going to be the big match on not the big match on the card, but the big one that'll have people talking because it goes the opposite of what we're expecting.
Yeah.
But anyway,
We'll have to see.
Moving on, as far as strength versus strength, since we had to do a retake of Over the Top live last night, we have a one Braun come get something Strowman versus Bobby. My manager's been missing, so he can't say my name so annoyingly anymore. Thank God. Lashley. I literally said it so you wouldn't say it.
What?
Braun acquire my phalanges Strowman versus Bobby Lashley.
Bob the Builder. Hey, are you mad?
Alopecia.
Does that make you mad? Are you mad?
Give me what I want.
Yeah.
That's what you want.
What?
You said give you what you want.
What do you want?
I wanna ziggy zigga.
Hey man, it goes on for pages. Ha! Get it? Pages.
Shut up.
On the same page, oh, I get it now.
You've been
so-
knowing that, really?
Hey, it's okay to fight with your family.
I still haven't watched that. Have you
I
guys
haven't
seen it?
either. Apparently, it flopped in theaters.
Well, I mean, it's because I feel like it's a very specialized audience who cares about Paige. So,
And wrestling.
yeah,
And The Rock produced it, so.
if you smell. Anyway, so
doesn't?
Braun Strowman and Bobby,
Bobby.
we saw the arm wrestling contest.
Bobby.
I'm actually shocked there was a definitive winner because usually those things end in some type of calamity.
Well, I mean, they did the winner, and then there was calamity.
No, but like he expects calamity regardless. Am I right? Am I right?
What?
Am I right?
Yeah.
Calamity.
I'm going Braun.
Yeah, I'm going with Braun. Usually they have the face going over the heel, so. And especially with Bobby Lashley getting the upper hand with that arm wrestling calamity.
Yeah, I think that these next two matches the next two singles matches that are gonna be the ones where we're kind of up in the air on who's gonna actually win them. The rest are very straight laced. That's the thing. What was your
Braun.
Kamish's pick? All right. So Braun across the board. So far we've been aligned. We've been of a singular.
No, the Finn and Andrade thing.
Can you let me finish my sentence?
You gotta
We've been on
let
a
him.
singular thought process, except for the Finn and Andrade match. So now let's see how this goes, because moving on, we go to what were all the fucking titles the Undertaker threw at him last night? The mythical, the legendary, the icon, Goldberg.
That's actually a very good Undertaker impression as well.
Versus the Dead Man, Big
American
Evil,
Badass.
the American Badass,
Dead Man Walking.
Mean Mark, the
Reaper.
Undertaker.
Me and Mark Callis.
So, let's talk about it.
The first time ever to happen.
I guess I'm taking a survey here.
Did somebody say 3 minutes?
Hey, yeah.
Could you guys ever imagine in 2019 we're getting Goldberg versus Undertaker? Now, granted, if this was maybe 10 years earlier, would have been a little bit more ideal. Both guys kind of sort of in their primes.
I think it should have happened in 04, maybe 03, instead of Brock versus Goldberg.
But think about it.
Undertaker
It's
versus
2019 and we're getting it.
15 years later.
Now, let me just say this. I was thinking about this last night about the winner of this match. Now, I'm an Undertaker guy, so I'm going to go with Taker. But this is kind of WCW versus WWE. And I thought back to Sting versus Triple H. And I'm like, I don't know. These WCW guys, the second they come up against the WWE guy, it's not exactly a pretty picture. So, what do you guys think?
I would switch that and say the reason that I think Sting might have gotten himself a little bit buried in the Triple H match is because he was the holdout in the first place.
You mean because of JBL?
Yeah.
Oh, JBL ruined that match for me with his commentary.
Maggle. Anyway, so Sting held out when the purchase was made and didn't come to the company. So then once WWE finally got him to come on board, they're probably like, well, we might as well besmirch your name like we did to everybody else. And Goldberg, on the other hand, came to the company a long time ago. And he
came over 2 years later.
Yeah. But he got to get that main event push. He got to fight Triple H for the title.
He got to win the title.
He got
from
to
Triple
win
H.
Even
the title
though
from
he
Triple
wasn't
H.
happy with it. A lot of people would argue that run was...
Yeah.
Well, what year was that when he won?
03?
And whose year was it, apparently, to be the one with the biggest shovel in the world?
Go ahead.
Triple H.
The game!
Known as the Cerebral Assassin.
Holding everybody down.
Not really, if you think about it.
How many time champion was he with from, like, the beginning of that year till 05? I think, like, he got it another...
Felt like 6.
Which pushed him to being a 10-time champion at that point.
Hey, bigger picture, he's giving back to the company nowadays.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Years later when hashtag Save Us Triple H is a circulating fucking thing.
Yeah,
I'm gonna say it again. Hashtag Save Us Triple H.
Apparently Johnny Mox, our boy over in AEW and every other indie company, was very outspoken in an interview, suggesting that Vince doesn't know what the hell's going on, doesn't know what he's doing, and that Triple H should be in charge of the company.
To hand the keys over.
Yeah.
Hashtag Save Us Triple H. Are you listening, old man?
No.
Yeah, apparently not.
Move aside.
Hearing
Move
it.
aside.
It's time for me to run the show.
But going back
Yeah,
to
I love how we're doing this, but it's not his match.
I feel like we're crossing a little bit.
Yeah,
into
so
macho,
I was gonna ask.
a little bit of Macho Man too.
who do you guys...
Yeah, cream of the crop. Go on.
I think you need a Slim Jim.
Well, let's talk about the match first. We barely talked about it. Like, okay, you said this is what?
Not to disrespect either of these guys by going off on a tangent. But
16 years in the making, probably even longer, because you have a guy who established himself in WCW as probably the icon. Yes, I went 173-1. I revolutionized that company on my own versus a man who for 30 years has been the voice of the locker room, has been the guy to just carry the boys and be like, hey, this is how things should be done. And the one consistent person to carry a character image, reinvent it for every era of fan base ever. And you finally get to see them clash. Is this something we would have preferred earlier? Yes, because we're worried about their primes. Am I worried who's going to get buried in this match? Yes.
Goldberg's going to lose.
Yeah. Because I feel like no matter what...
You guys are saying this like 100%, like no doubt.
I feel The Undertaker's going to go over.
Yeah.
Now, how do we imagine this match?
I'm expecting it to be a finisher fest. That's what I'm expecting.
So
it's going to hit all of the big spots.
Brock versus Goldberg, WrestleMania 33, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's not going to be a short match.
Really? So you think it's going to be a long, extensive match?
I wouldn't go. Yeah, I'd say probably like a 10, maybe 15.
Like I see. Okay, look.
'Cause
including intros, and we don't know how long that fucking walk is.
Yeah.
Oh, bless us.
So I'm pretty sure, because knowing how fast the Undertaker walks down the aisle, it's gonna be a long ass gong and darkness trail. He'll come out second. You'll have Goldberg come out first, the fireworks, because of course in Saudi Arabia you can afford fireworks. You have all the pyro in his face, the whole and the arms.
That's if he doesn't spend 5 minutes walking from backstage to the arena.
I don't think they'll have that. I think they'll cut that and he'll just walk out. Then you'll get the traditional, hey, I'm gonna stand in front of you intimidatingly.
Stare down.
Stare down. Maybe the Undertaker throws down as he traditionally does. Get to see a little bit of old school. I don't know. Maybe bam with a spear. Dead man rises. Gets back up. Bam with another spear.
That's gonna spike the audio on that.
I'm so sorry, by the way.
Not-
Bam into a third spear.
You're not helping me out here.
What?
Never mind.
You're stressing him out.
What?
I could see this looking like Goldberg versus Lesnar, where Taker takes a. I think that's entirely possible. Where the bell rings, Taker takes a spear, Goldberg gets up, and you see the Undertaker no show.
Or does the rise up?
Sell it, and he just does the sit up, and then it might even go to 2. You might see a second spear, but then it happens again, and that's when the match starts.
Because let's think about it. Like, he's taking spears from Edge, and it's like he sells it, but he doesn't have to entirely sell it. This is a spear from a fucking. Well, he was a linebacker in the NFL.
I think so.
Or a defensive lineman. Either way, a dude that can really destroy you with one of those spears.
Yeah.
Can he sell it? Yes. Do I want him to? No.
But I think if he no sells 1 or 2 spears right out of the gate, I think then that sets it up to where you're like, oh, okay then. And so then once the match actually starts, then they have a competitive match because you're like, okay, so you've got the Destroyer Goldberg versus the Invincible Deadman, and you'll see the main spots. You'll see Old School probably, which may not be successful. It might get countered. You'll probably see the Undertaker take his death leap over the top rope, which I'm always scared to see nowadays. You'll probably see. We'll probably see. I think we'll see a jackhammer that gets kicked out of.
Yeah.
We'll probably see 2 or 3 tombstones before the match ends.
Wow.
I think it'll take 3 tombstones, and you'll probably see 1 or 2 chokeslams where one, he takes the chokeslam and just out of nowhere, he'll probably kip up.
Or do the little shake off. Yeah.
So I think it's going to be mostly big spots with some filler to get us to string us to those moments.
Yeah, that's how I imagine it because again, these guys are like way past their prime. So
And we haven't seen Goldberg since. I mean, I know the guy keeps in shape. Come on now. I'd be lying.
I think the guy could still go.
But who do you see going over?
It's so funny because
what's your pick?
I walked in, so I want Undertaker, but I was thinking Goldberg. But now considering WWE wouldn't really bury their own veterans, so
And I don't think the Prince of Saudi Arabia would want to see the Undertaker lose.
Yeah.
So I'm anticipating that booking decision's already been made.
So we're all...
Undertaker.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. I've been trying to find this list. Apparently wasn't in the Shockmaster's garden for some reason. A 50-man traditional battle royal. Do I want to see Titus O'Neil get eliminated again?
I swear to God, if they do another trip and fall over the ring,
I'm okay.
I was going to say, you.
My ribs are pinching.
Oh, dear God.
do we have a list of the competitors?
No, I've been trying to find one, and we're a few days away, and I still can't find that list.
Hold on.
But there's the rumor that aside from Raw and SmackDown participants, we are going to get some NXT participants in this, just because we're trying to fill like 50
Right.
fucking spots. While Dan the Man tries to find us a list, who do you predict is in this?
I know the Miz is in it because they announced it yesterday. I'm thinking like everybody who's been going after the 24/7 title. EC3.
Who?
EC not 1,
I don't know what you're talking about.
not EC2.
Who the hell is that?
EC3.
Oh, that guy. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see the 24/7 title change hands a couple of times during the 50-man battle royal.
So you mean to say?
Sorry, I mean the Greatest Royal Rumble too.
So you mean to say there's referees outside monitoring who falls out, and there's gonna be one inside to do a 3 count constantly?
One of them might slide in to do it, where somebody's like, "Get in here," and they pin him, and then
Why do I
it'll
feel
be a
like,
mess. But I could see it happening.
This is what I feel. I feel like he's not even in it, and he's gonna just come out of the audience somewhere, running for his life, like, and just realize like, oh, I ended up at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Just hope Carmella's not with him.
Wrong place, wrong time, right guy.
What if she super kicks Drake Maverick again?
She's a woman. She can't be there.
Is that why she's going to Australia?
Probably.
I think so, because supposedly, if you don't follow her on social media, I think she was booking a trip to Australia.
That's probably why.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
What?
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, with your prediction that the 24/7 European TV title does get changed hands. That's what he calls it. He's an idiot. He's really playing into his character.
I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe this is going to be full of mid-carders and jobbers, so
Ricochet. Mid-Carter.
maybe, yeah.
Ali.
Although, I don't appreciate him beating my boy, so. Ooh, maybe Cesaro.
That's been an interesting rivalry.
Yeah, but I cringe every time Cesaro loses.
Yeah, I don't know how to what
You
to
couldn't
think
find
about.
it, could you?
No, there's nothing decisive.
Official.
All right, well, I'm throwing my prediction out there. I'm going for my boy Cesaro.
Probably. I feel like when they don't know what to do, they just kind of default to the same people to win these battle royals. Well, who's strong?
I mean, Cesaro is actually really
Maybe Yokozuna.
Yeah, because the living dead can be unstoppable at one point unless you don't go for the head.
The Undertaker.
He's already in a match.
No, I mean, like, he's on, no.
I think he was drawing a comparison to what you were saying.
No, I knew that. I was
I,
going that route.
Trying to think who's not on the card. The Miz? Or a surprise return going in your thought process for like a one night nostalgia thing because that's what this guy likes. Mark Henry. Just because there's I feel like there's a lack of star power for the match.
I'm writing in Miz and Mark Henry for you.
That's fine. Because Miz is my likely option and Mark Henry's my long shot.
You want to have more than one option?
I'll just go for Cesaro.
He's all in on Cesaro.
No, of course.
Yeah, for 4 years now.
I'm going to say Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Or Cesaro.
Ricochet.
Or The Miz. Because honestly, not knowing what freaking list of who's in this kind of makes it sad.
Way to sell your match, WWE.
Really. Especially when it's 3 days away.
Friday.
Friday?
Friday.
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 Friday?
Friday.
Well,
Friday.
let's bring it home, guys. Let's bring it home. Let's bring it home. Let's go all in.
Is
Matt,
it time?
It is time to play
The game.
the game. Triple
draw.
H versus Randall, Keith, Orton, RKO.
The Legend Killer.
I was gonna say it's time to draw the line in the sand. Try to find out who I am.
Evolution.
Get it? 'Cause sand, like...
Like an hourglass. Triple H versus Randy Orton.
Triple H.
What?
Wow. Just like that.
57 times in a lifetime.
Did you see their promos last
Yes,
night?
I did, and I love how Triple H is like, okay, like he's at a point where you want to throw that insult at me, let's do it.
I think he knows that insult always comes his way at this point.
Did you see
so
the
he's
both
like,
of them laughing? I feel like it was one of those like playful, like
They're both like, they know like,
they're buddies. So
why at this point are we
Dan.
having a match?
Why are we having this match?
Is
It's to sell the card.
Sell the card or please the prince?
all of the above.
Por qué no los dos, Kamish?
Por qué no los dos? I don't know why we can't have both, okay? I don't know.
Dan.
Why can't we have both? We are. I mean, we are. We are having both.
I just don't get why he wants this match.
Because it reminds him of a simpler time.
Or what, when he was 5 years old watching it on pay-per-view late in the middle of the night?
He was 5 when these two were fighting?
I don't know, I'm
I don't
assuming.
know how old that
Because
guy
that's
is.
very young.
So I think Triple H wins. I think they try to recreate the magic of SummerSlam.
04?
Yeah.
Was it 04? No, it wasn't 04.
I think they try
What?
to the year of Stevie Richards.
That wasn't his year. He lost that year.
Exactly.
Whenever the hell these two fought, I think they try to recreate the magic of
Vengeance.
the rivalry.
Which match are we thinking about? Because I'm lost
The
here.
first
It
time
was
they
after
fought.
Randy won the
Unforgiven, 2004.
yeah. Let's
Yes.
go with that. We'll pretend that's right, even if it's not. So Triple H is gonna win.
I believe 28 days after he won the title from Stevie Richards, Triple H and Randy Orton fought for the first time.
Unforgiven 04.
Huh?
What? Why are you so mad?
Dan.
No, the question
What?
is directed to you.
Oh. I needed emphasis on the question, that's why.
Is it because you feel like you're taking a survey?
No?
Passive.
Oh, okay. All right.
No, it's out of love, for the love of God. Hashtag stay with Triple H. I'm really gonna keep pushing that. Here's the thing. Whether it's heel Triple H and face Randy Orton, or heel Randy, face Triple H,
Or face Triple H, face Randy Orton.
yeah, they've always had like a good repertoire with each other. They're
Yeah.
good friends. Obviously, Triple H really has mentored Randy in his career. Randy's helped kind of revitalize Triple H's career. Am I looking forward to it? Yeah, sure, why not?
I mean, both guys can still hang, so even if we get a 15-20 minute match,
They can both hang like a pectoral ripped from the muscle.
Oh, Jesus. God, I hope it doesn't happen again.
I'd like to think he rehabbed himself back into shape because Triple H has a ton of money, and if you don't have the doctors and the physicians and the physical therapists to get yourself squared away like that, you shouldn't be in the ring again.
Or quick access to your father-in-law's bank account to just bill him about it.
Yeah, put it on the Vinnie Mac tab.
Taboo Tuesday?
I'm sure he takes full advantage of that man's tab.
I mean,
His kids do.
Grandpa.
His grandkids probably take super
do you want to
advantage.
air
Happy.
something out? Because I feel like there's like this.
Hand over the keys to the kingdom to the King of Kings already.
Just don't give it to Cody.
Evolution is a mystery, Vince, and it's time to evolve.
It's time to find out who you are.
Anyway, so let's bring it home. Triple H.
Triple H.
The game.
All right, so basically we were the same.
Minus the Battle Royal,
and Finn and
Andrade
Andrade.
and Finn.
we were all in on the exact same picks.
There it is. We just previewed WWE Super Showdown 2019. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you all